guard.
Back online across the country, we need to reconnect the local system to the satellite network. We should be able to do that at the NOAA headquarters building.
Get to the control room. I can walk you through the process from there.
Hey, what is up everyone? The LDB is back at it again, coming at you today with my ambush hybrid build for TU 9.1 as well as TU 10, I would say. Now, there are plenty of different variations of hybrids, but this one for me has definitely been something different and a lot of fun to use. So as always, I hope you enjoy and find this video helpful. If you do me a huge favor and smash that like button. Subscribe for future Division content if you are new to the channel. Hit me up on Twitter at LDB Gaming, and feel free to drop a comment down there below. So let's get into this. Alright everyone, and here it is. So before we get into anything, I just want to kind of go over why I named it the ambush build. And that is simply because when you're using a hive, you do have to get a little bit close to throw it and get them in the radius of it, right? Especially when you are using explosive delivery on the chest piece. You really want to put it right in their lap with this, because once you do, it is going to explode. And then it will also bleed them with the stinger hive, obviously, and that is in turn going to proc wicked for you, bumping up your weapon damage. And if I am using my SMG here with Vindictive on it, killing an enemy with a status effect applied grants you and your allies bunch of crit chance and damage. And you can see this is just gonna spiral out of control. You just run up and you know, I guess ambush them, you bum rush them, and it's been a lot of fun. I don't know really what my primary is, the SMG or the rifle. I've been using the rifle more for the long game, as well as with perpetuation. Headshots, you know, bump up that status effect, so you don't have to shoot your weapon as much. And even if the M1A does get a nice nerf, I think it's still going to be somewhat viable. And even if it isn't, we can find another weapon with perpetuation. Use an assault rifle, LMG, whatever makes you comfortable, whatever you are more accurate with. That, again, I'm just using this for the long range game, and using the SMG for the short range. And overall, it's been a blast. So let's take a look up here. I'm going to be using the Nerf gun specialization simply because I get that extra skill tier. To me, that's a big thing, as well as being able to spec into 10% more skill damage or skill healing. I went with the skill damage on this one just to push that hive a little bit further, but again, to each their own. Now, the demolitionist, that would be a great one as well, because you can put that extra explosive damage, you know, going towards your chest piece talent. But to me, that is more situational, I guess you could say. It only works on one thing, whereas a skill tier can work across the board towards all kinds of things. You know what I mean? So again, that's up to you. Pick and choose, you know, test things out, see what works for you, and you know, go with that. Now, as far as the core attributes go, we have 3 reds, 0 blue, and 3 yellow. So we're, you know, classic hybrid, you know, pretty straightforward on that. Now, on the minor attributes, we have 7 reds, 1 blue. We got that one straggler, that one blue. You don't know how bad that drives me crazy there. As well as 7 yellow. So I mean, I was going for a 303, 707, but hey, it is what it is. I'm still happy with it. It's been working out great. So let's get into these weapons. Alright, so for my primary weapon, I am using the classic M1A. I know this weapon is supposed to get a significant nerf, but I still think it's going to be somewhat viable in the future, and if it's not, you know what, we'll find something else that is, and replace it with that. But until they do, I'm going to keep using it. This one right here, 419.8k per bullet base damage, not too bad. 180 RPM with 15 in the mag. Now the attributes, 15% rifle damage, 12% crit hit damage, and 8.5% crit hit chance. Got that crit hit chance on there just to boost it up a little bit so we can crit a little bit more, and especially when you are aiming at the head, that is definitely going to be a big thing. Headshot crit shots are very nice, and with a talent like Perpetuation, pushing you to hit those headshots to grant 50% status effect damage and duration to the next status effect you apply, that is absolutely awesome. You get this to proc and someone wanders into your hive, it's just going to bleed them out that much more and that much longer. I mean, gotta love that right there. Pretty straightforward. Now, as far as the mods go on this, nothing special. C79 scope with that 5% crit hit chance. We have the +5 rounds for the mag, and the underbarrel we have 5% crit hit chance. Just, again, push that as much as possible. Now, for my secondary weapon, it is the Grudge. Again, I'm going to be using this more for the close-up game, I guess you could say. This one right here is hitting for 75.3k per bullet base damage. I know that is low, but again, I don't have any piece of Soul Cloth to boost that extra 10%, so it is what it is. It's still been working out really nice. With that 900 RPM and 52 in the mag, you know, it's still very viable. I absolutely love this weapon. Anyone that doesn't like it, I mean, I don't know. It is what it is. I love the RPM on it, and when you just, again, ambush them, just bum rush them with this, it's awesome. 15% SMG damage, 15.5 crit hit chance, and 9% headshot damage with Perfect Vindictive. Killing an enemy with a status effect applied grants you and all allies within 20 meters 18% crit hit chance and 18% crit hit damage for 20 seconds. So again, you run up on them once they're bleeding, and you take one of them down, you get that extra crit hit chance and damage, and the next NPC is definitely going to feel it. That's all I can say right there. Now, as far as the mods go on this, again, nothing too crazy. We got the red dot on there, 5% crit hit damage. We have the extra 20 rounds for the mag, 5% crit chance laser pointer for the underbarrel there, and we have 5% crit hit damage for the muzzle. So, again, pretty straightforward on that. Let's get on to these gear pieces. Well, alright, let's start out with the mask here. It is the exotic Coyote mask. I absolutely love this thing, and it fits great on this build. It's an awesome way to push your crit hit chance and damage a whole bunch of different ways, and we're going to take a look right now. This one I got pretty lucky on. 15% weapon damage, 6% crit hit chance, 10.4 crit hit damage, and the mod I put 11.2 crit hit damage. But the talent is really what makes it. I'm sure you guys know what this is, so we'll just skim over it real quick. Pack Instincts. You and all allies gain bonus based on the distance of the last enemy you hit. 0 to 15 meters, plus 25 crit hit damage. Nice. Very nice for face taking, I'll tell you that right now. 15 to 25 meters, 10% crit hit damage and 10% crit hit chance. 25 plus meters, 25 crit hit chance. So with that rifle, reaching out, tagging them in the face, you know, you're going to bump up that crit hit chance a lot. And, you know, again, those headshot crit shots are absolutely nasty. So let's go on to the chest piece. Alright, so for the chest, I am using Wyvern. I have the 2-piece active giving me that plus 10% skill damage and plus 10% status effect. Gotta love that right there. The core attribute, plus 1 skill tier, and the attributes on here, I'm just gonna have to apologize right now in advance and just let you know that Wyvern is the bane of my existence on this game. I swear. The backpack that I'm wearing, someone gave that to me. I didn't get that myself. Nothing good ever drops for me that is Wyvern, so please excuse me on this chest piece. It has skill damage on it. That's basically all I was going for. I was hoping for some skill haste too, but you know, I tried for about 5 days, and this is what I'm stuck with, guys. I'm sorry, I apologize. I'm sure you can do better, and if you can, then you're going to be ahead of me. So just, you know, it is what it is. But regardless, we have a little bit of health on there, pretty much useless. 8.7% skill damage, got 11.1 skill haste mod on there, and the talent explosive delivery. Whenever you throw a skill, 1.5 seconds after landing, and they don't even know it's there pretty much, it creates an explosion damaging enemies within 5 meters. It looks a little bit bigger than 5 meters to me, but I'm not complaining. Now as far as the damage, it scales with the skilled tier, dealing 25 to 100% damage of the concussion grenade, at most once per skill. So that is absolutely amazing. The more skilled tiers, the more damage it's going to be doing. As we are sitting right now, it's definitely going to be doing some nice damage. You can pretty much rip off a purple's armor bar, just boom, it's going to be gone. You can sometimes just one-shot kill, as just the explosion kills the reds in heroic. I mean, I love this talent. I absolutely love it. It clears out the NPCs, especially if you catch them slipping. You can run up on them and ambush them. Throw this in their lap, and it makes your life so much easier. Absolutely love it. So, on to the next piece. Alright, so for the holster, I am going with Hannah Yu. We have that 10% skill haste we're going to get just for wearing it, so that's a really big plus in my book. We get that +1 skill tier. We have maxed out skill haste and skill damage. Now, if you wanted to switch this up and go with something different, I would recommend going with China Light. That way, you're going to get that extra 15% explosive damage, and as you can see, you get the 1 skill tier, skill damage, skill haste. You can get it all on the same piece, essentially. The only difference is explosive damage versus skill haste. I went with skill haste just because I want to get them skills back as fast as possible so I can keep throwing it back out there and keep blowing them up. So that's my thinking on that. So let's get on to these knee pads. Alright, so for the knees, I got pretty lucky with these right here. These are the Fox's Prayer named Overlord knee pads, giving us that plus 10% rifle damage. It also has some God rolls on here. We have 15% weapon damage, 8% damage to targets out of cover, and 6% crit hit chance. Overall, that looks pretty beautiful to me. I love that right there. This set of knee pads is absolutely amazing. That 8% damage to targets out of cover, even if you're not using the rifle, you still feel it with the SMG. It is what it is. Or whatever else you are going to be using for your secondary. Just definitely try this out. Love these knee pads. So, on to the gloves. Alright, so for the gloves, I'm going to be going with Grupo Sombra to get that extra 15% crit hit damage for wearing them. This is almost a God rolled piece here. We got 14.6% weapon damage. Of course, they can't give me the 15. They got to do 14.6. You know, I mean, whatever. Either way, we got that 10% headshot damage and 6% crit hit chance. So overall, that is really nice and has been working out great right there. Alright, so on to the final piece. It is the backpack. It is Wyvern wear. Again, this was gifted to me. I did not get this myself. I don't have that good of luck. It comes with that 1 skill tier, 8.7% skill damage, 10% status effect, and 11.4% skill haste mod. Gotta love that right there. And the talent Wicked. Applying a status effect increases total weapon damage by 18% for 20 seconds. I mean, that is absolutely amazing. On top of everything else, we're going to blow them up first, then we're going to bleed them, then we're going to have more weapon damage, and, you know, depending on what weapon you're using up top, you're going to have some more damage from the skills and duration, or you're going to get some crit chance and damage and just mow right through them. I mean, this all stacks up beautiful, guys. Definitely try this out. I've been loving it. Alright, so before we go ahead and check out the stat sheet, let's go over these skills really quick. Again, I'm going to be using the Stinger Hive. It applies the bleed status effect. The refill speed is 3.3 seconds, not too bad. We have 16 charges, the range is 10 meters, duration 55.7 seconds, so about a minute. But in my opinion, you're either going to let go all those charges or it's going to get popped before then. It has 3 million health, the damage 728,000. That's pretty good. That's not too bad for a hybrid, I'd have to say. Now, as far as the skill tiers going, we're going to get another +4 stinger charges, 40% damage, 20% range, and 280% health. So, gotta love that right there. Again, that's why I went with the extra skill tiers to get those numbers up a little bit more instead of the Demolitionist to just focus on the chest piece talent. Now, as far as the fixer drone, again, pretty straightforward. It is a fixer drone. It's going to replenish your armor. And the cooldown is 16.7 seconds. So if it gets popped, no big deal. We get it back in a very short period of time. The health on it is over 4 million, though, so it's going to take a second to get popped. The duration, 182 seconds. Healing 36,000 hit points a second. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. If you're using cover smart a little bit here and there, you know, this will definitely help you out and keep you alive. Now, as far as the skill tiers, we're going to get that extra 80% armor repair and 280% health. Gotta love that right there. So let's check out the stat sheet now. Alright everyone, so before we go ahead and sign off, let's just do a quick little recap breakdown here on the stat sheet. Now again, the weapon talents that I'm going to be using on my rifle, Perpetuation, on my SMG, Perfect Vindictive, on my sidearm, Preservation, and we also are running around with some guided missiles. Gotta love those right there. Now, as far as the weapon stats go for my rifle, we're talking 419,000 per bullet base damage. We have 43.5 crit hit chance and 80 crit hit damage, with 70 headshot damage as well. And now, you have to think this is base crit hit chance and damage. This is not taking into effect the Coyote mask or anything like that, so those numbers are subject to change a little bit, and it definitely is going to be in your favor. Now, as far as the damage to armor or anything, we don't have anything like that. That bums me out. Our range is awesome at 60 meters. I mean, you can reach out and touch someone at a distance. This is great. As far as the reload time, 3 seconds. We have 1% reload speed bonus going on there. Nothing too crazy. We have 7.4 accuracy, 8% stability, and we have, what is it there? 6.4% ammo capacity. I've been working on that a little bit on my watch, and I would encourage you to do so as well. That extra little bit, every time I bump it up, and when you refill, you can definitely tell. You can definitely tell for sure. Now, as far as offense goes, we're talking 53.6% all-weapon damage bonus, 25% rifle damage bonus, as well as 15% SMG damage bonus. So again, overall, I think we're hitting a whole lot of bases here, and it's been working out really nice. Now, as far as the gear talents go, we're talking Wicked, Explosive Delivery, and Pack Instincts. These three right here equal big damage and big booms with lots of bleed. I mean, overall, I absolutely love these three together, and it's been working out awesome. Now, as far as the gear sets, nothing too crazy to go out and get. I have the Coyote Mask, 2-piece Wyvern, we have it shows right here we have a 2-piece Grupo, but it's not Grupo. We have 1-piece Grupo, 1-piece Hannah Yu, and 1-piece Overlord. So again, nothing too crazy to go out and get. Now, as far as defense goes, we're talking 726,000 armor, not too bad. 301,000 max health. We have a little bit of health regeneration, really nothing to even consider viable, I guess you could say, but it's still there. We got 50% pulse resistant, a little bit explosive, and I've been working on the hazard protection on my watch, as you can see, and overall, it's going to help out. I mean, it's not a whole lot, but all the way down, if I can get that 6.4, hey, that's not too bad. Now again, the skills that I'm going to be using are the Stinger Hive as well as the Fixer Drone. So pretty straightforward on that, guys. I hope you enjoyed and took something away from this. And there you have it, everyone, my ambush hybrid build for TU 9.1. Now, this build is definitely a bit different than the meta, I would have to say, and has been a blast playing with, so definitely try this one out, or at least something like that. Now, I hope you all enjoyed and found this video helpful. If you did, do me a huge favor and smash that like button, subscribe for future Division content. You can hit me up on Twitter at LDB Gaming, and feel free to drop a comment down there below. So until next time, guys, I hope you take it easy, be safe out there. I will see you then. Later.